It's strange, isn't it? Some of the wealthiest people in the world follow quiet rules that most of us never even hear about. These rules are not written in books. They're whispered, passed down, and carefully followed. One of them is so surprising, it almost feels unbelievable. A single color. A color that, when placed inside the home, is said to block energy, stop money flow, and bring a heavy weight into life. And yet, rich people know. That's why they almost never use it. You might think, how can a simple color make such a difference? But look closely and you'll see the pattern. Walk into the homes of the wealthy. You'll notice brightness, space, balance, and harmony. Their choices aren't random. Every shade on their walls, every tone in their rooms, carries meaning. And the one color they stay away from? It holds a story. A story tied to ancient beliefs, to the psychology of the mind, and to subtle truths most people ignore. In this video, you will discover what that color is and why the rich avoid it. You'll learn how this shade is said to pull money away instead of drawing it in. We'll explore how it connects with old traditions of feng shui, how it influences the way the mind feels, and why people with wealth believe it can shift the energy of a whole home. By the end, you won't just know the secret color. You'll also know what shades invite prosperity, what tones open the door to abundance, and how small changes can influence the energy of your own space. Stay with me until the end, because the truth about this color is deeper than simple superstition. It has hidden effects that reach into psychology, emotion, and even how opportunities show up in your life. Knowing this will help you make smarter choices about your surroundings, and who knows, maybe unlock a shift you've been waiting for. Welcome to Bright Mind Within. If you're ready to explore the secrets that shape wealth, mindset, and abundance, you're in the right place. Make sure to subscribe and join our growing community. Now, let's begin. That color is black. A bold shade, deep and endless, yet avoided when it comes to the spaces of the wealthy. You may see it in fashion, in luxury cars, in the shine of expensive accessories, but inside the home, it tells a different story. Rich people rarely cover their walls in black. They do not flood their rooms with it. They know the weight it carries. Black is powerful. It absorbs light. It holds energy instead of letting it flow. When a room is filled with black, it can feel closed in, heavy, and silent. Feng shui traditions teach that this color, when used wrongly, blocks the movement of good fortune. It's like putting a lid on a container, you trap everything inside. The air feels still, the energy doesn't circulate, and opportunities seem to stay out. Wealthy people pay attention to these details. They build homes that are open, bright, and welcoming. They want their space to lift them, not hold them down. Black, when stretched across large areas, does the opposite. It signals endings instead of beginnings. It pulls the mind inward instead of outward. You'll notice their homes lean toward warm neutrals, soft whites, gentle greens, touches of gold. These tones invite flow, growth, and movement. Black, in contrast, feels final. Too much of it can make even a grand home feel like a closed box. This is why you may see only hints of black in wealthy interiors. A piece of art framed in black. A sleek lamp base. A chair with dark fabric. Always controlled. Always balanced. Never allowed to dominate. Because the moment it takes over, the energy shifts. The house no longer breathes wealth. It breathes weight. Black is a color of mystery. It absorbs everything around it. In nature, it swallows light, keeping it from bouncing back. In a home, the same idea carries through. Instead of letting energy move freely, black tends to hold it in. The space can feel darker, heavier, and more closed off. In feng shui, this has a special meaning. Every color connects to an element, and black is tied to water. Used in the right place, it can bring wisdom, depth, and calm. But when placed wrongly, it creates imbalance. Instead of flowing like a river, the energy becomes still, like water trapped in a pond. That stillness blocks money flow and opportunities from reaching you. One of the strongest warnings is about doors. The door is the mouth of energy, it's where luck and fortune are said to enter. Painting a door black can either open or close that flow, depending on direction. When the door faces north, black can be supportive. It matches the water element, strengthening the natural pull of energy. But when the door faces other directions, black begins to work against the flow. A black door facing south can clash with the fire element. A door facing east or west may interrupt the energy of wood or metal. In each case, the balance is broken. Instead of inviting money and good fortune, the home feels blocked. Wealth is kept out, and the flow of abundance is slowed. This is why wealthy homeowners are careful. They rarely choose black doors unless the direction supports it. They understand that even one mistake at the entrance can change the energy of the whole house. Energy matters, and in their world, nothing is left to chance. When you step into the home of someone wealthy, the first thing you notice is the atmosphere. It feels calm, open, and balanced. The colors are often soft and gentle: creams, beiges, light grays, muted greens. These tones don't scream for attention, yet they quietly create a sense of order and grace. Neutral shades are timeless, and that timelessness itself is a mark of refinement. Wealthy people often avoid bold black walls or overly bright, flashy decor. Not because they dislike color, but because they understand how it speaks. Loud colors shout. They draw the eye in every direction and make a space feel restless. But wealth is about control. It is about being rooted, not scattered. Rooms filled with bold and heavy tones can feel overwhelming, and that doesn't match the lifestyle of calm abundance that the rich aim to create. Luxury, at its core, is simplicity. A clean space with balanced tones feels more expensive than a room overloaded with strong colors. It is the quiet confidence of design. Just like in fashion, where a simple, well-tailored outfit can look more powerful than something loud and covered in patterns, homes follow the same rule. Subtlety is the language of wealth. Touches of color do appear, but they're carefully placed. A golden accent, a rich green plant, a hint of deep purple in a fabric. These are not overwhelming, they are whispers that add depth without stealing the calm. The base always remains neutral, steady, and grounded. This is why black or very bright decor is used only in moderation. A piece of art, a chair, a frame, never too much. Because the moment it dominates, the luxury fades. Wealth finds its home in spaces that breathe quiet, refined beauty. Simplicity is the true sign of richness. Certain colors seem to carry their own energy. When you walk into a room painted with soft greens, there is an instant sense of calm and renewal. Green is the color of nature, of trees and fields that grow endlessly. It reminds the mind of abundance, of expansion, of life constantly multiplying. In many traditions, green has long been tied to wealth and prosperity, because it mirrors the endless cycle of growth. Homes that use green in walls, fabrics, or accents often feel alive, as if opportunities can take root and flourish. Purple carries a different energy. It has always been linked to royalty and power. In the past, purple dye was rare and expensive, worn only by kings and rulers. That history lingers, and today, purple still feels like a color of refinement and dignity. When used in a home, it doesn't just decorate a space, it elevates it. A purple cushion, a drape, or a small accent can make a room feel more luxurious without being overwhelming. It's a shade that whispers of success and higher vision. Gold, on the other hand, is the symbol of richness itself. The shine of gold has been tied to treasure, to fortune, to the warmth of the sun. In design, even a small touch of gold, on a mirror frame, in a light fixture, or in patterns on fabric, can change the feel of a space. Gold radiates, it attracts the eye, and it gives the sense of something valuable. These colors, when used thoughtfully, create spaces that feel wealthy and open. They invite positive energy and signal prosperity. They do not need to dominate a room, even subtle touches of green, purple, or gold can shift the atmosphere, making the home feel like it holds space for growth, luxury, and abundance. Black has a certain elegance. It can make a space look sharp, defined, and modern. Many people are drawn to it for its boldness and its ability to stand out. But in home design, especially when thinking about wealth and energy, black must be handled with care. Too much of it spreads like a shadow. It covers the light, makes rooms feel smaller, and can create a mood that feels heavy. That's why wealthy homes often use black only in small doses. It shows up in accent pieces rather than large surfaces. A sleek black vase on a table can look powerful. A picture frame in black can draw attention to the art it holds without overwhelming the room. A dark lamp base or a chair with black upholstery can add depth without changing the whole atmosphere. Black works best as a detail, not as the main story. In design, balance is everything. Just as too much black can block energy, a touch of it can ground a space. It adds contrast. It outlines. It sharpens the edges of lighter tones. Against white or neutral walls, a small black element looks sophisticated and clean. Used this way, black doesn't dominate. It highlights. Rich people understand this balance. Their spaces often have just enough black to bring focus, but never so much that it feels heavy. It is a color to be respected, not allowed to take over. That respect shows in the way it's placed carefully, always balanced with light, warmth, and openness around it. In this way, black can still exist in a wealthy home, but only as a supporting note, never the lead. It becomes a whisper of elegance instead of a wall that blocks abundance. Soft, warm neutrals create the foundation of spaces that feel calm and welcoming. Shades like cream, beige, ivory, or gentle gray never push too hard on the eye. Instead, they let the mind rest. These tones make a room feel bigger, brighter, and more open. Wealthy homes often rely on this palette because it brings a sense of quiet order. Nothing feels cluttered, nothing feels loud. Just harmony. Light itself plays a big role. When a room is covered in natural tones, sunlight seems to stretch farther. Walls reflect the brightness, and the whole space feels alive. This openness makes the home inviting. It feels free, not closed in. The energy moves easily, flowing from one corner to another without being trapped. Rich homeowners understand this effect. It's not about filling a room with noise. It's about giving energy the freedom to move. Once the neutral base is in place, accents are added carefully. Green is a favorite, not just for its color but for the life it represents. A plant in the corner, a green cushion, or a piece of art with natural tones reminds the home of growth and renewal. Gold steps in as a symbol of value. Even the smallest golden detail, a handle, a frame, a light fixture, brings warmth and richness into the room. Purple, subtle but powerful, carries refinement. A throw blanket, a pillow, or fabric in this tone lifts the room to another level. Together, these touches transform a simple neutral base into a space that feels quietly luxurious. Nothing is overwhelming. Everything is placed with care. The result is balance, light flowing freely, warmth filling the room, and colors that suggest abundance without shouting it. This is the kind of design that whispers wealth instead of forcing it. Black can block money if it takes over your space. It weighs down the energy, closes the flow, and makes abundance harder to reach. But when you choose wisely, when you fill your home with soft neutrals, light, and smart accents of green, gold, or purple, you invite prosperity in. These colors create openness, balance, and a sense of quiet wealth. Your home is more than just walls and furniture. It's an energy field. Every shade you choose sends a message. Let that message be one of growth, luxury, and abundance. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe to Bright Mind Within for more secrets on wealth, energy, and the hidden rules the rich already know.